Vegas with Floyd Mayweather Jr., and he's confident as ever that he's working harder than ever because he respects Miguel Cotto as an opponent. I had a chance to ask Floyd, what makes Cotto dangerous?
Just, good boxer, good puncher. He got the will to win, just like myself. And he's always in exciting fights. He lost to Pacquiao before he had to catch weight, a weight to where he wasn't that comfortable. He lost to a guy, Antonio Margarito, a guy who, of course, got in trouble for cheating. So, going into this fight, I look at Miguel Cotto as an undefeated fighter. So I know I got to push myself to the limit. And I've been dedicating myself in training camp and working extremely hard. My outlook on the fight is just, it's going to be what it's going to be. I've been here before, and I just say to myself, I know what it takes.
Why so much respect between you two?
I respect every fighter. It's just sometimes when, you got certain people that get kind of wild and say crazy things, then it pushes a button on me to do, say crazy things and for me to get wild.
You're Floyd Mayweather Jr., recognized by many as the best pound for pound. How would you fight a man like Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
I can't really say, how I would face a Floyd Mayweather. At this particular time, I would just say, go out there and give it your all.
The new addition to the team, Pedro Diaz, seems to have come at a perfect time in your career. What is it about Pedro that makes him so effective in being able to get the best out of you?
The trust I have in himself, in myself like a boxer, the trust I have in himself like a trainer, and all the work, atmosphere we have every day in the gym, in the track, in the park is the key. I learn of my mistakes. I learn of everything that happened to me in my life, and I feel pretty comfortable today, more mature, and I'll feel great.
How do you go out there and defeat Floyd Mayweather?
Just keeping my work the way I do it during those weeks, keeping the same level that they left until May 5th. That's the way to get the victory.
42 have tried. What makes Miguel Cotto different than the other 42 who have not been able to beat Floyd?
The only difference going to be the other 42 doesn't name Miguel Cotto.
Well, Pedro Diaz has Miguel Cotto believing that he can be the first to defeat Floyd Mayweather Jr., while on the other hand, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s camp is running the same, with the same intensity, because if it's not broken, why fix it? Great fight then for May 5th. Todd, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Bernardo. Let's look at the tail of the tape. 154-pound weight limit, Mayweather versus Cotto, May 5th in Las Vegas. As you can see, Mayweather 4 years older, and he does have a 5-inch reach advantage. The unblemished 42-0 record, it is so precious to Mayweather, he wants to stay and retire undefeated. Let's bring in now Teddy Atlas. And Teddy, people are trying to make a case for Cotto in this fight based on the fact that this fight is set at a higher weight limit just for him. What do you think of Cotto's chances at that weight?
Not too good. First of all, you have to remember, Cotto spent most of his career at junior welterweight, so he's not a junior middleweight, so he doesn't have a huge edge there. But, okay, he's bigger, he's stronger. Let's say that. For those people out there that are trying to be advocates for Cotto, that are trying to make an argument for him to win this fight, does that make him faster? No. Does that make him harder to hit? No. He's predictable. He's not that hard to hit. Pacquiao showed that. He took a terrible beating from Pacquiao. Pacquiao dominated that fight. Floyd's just as fast, maybe a little slower than Pacquiao. Floyd would argue with me over that, but he's got all the speed in the world. He's a harder guy to hit than Pacquiao. I don't see that Cotto can have a chance here just being a bigger guy. Still too easy to hit, still too slow, and Floyd should have his way. The big difference with Floyd and Pacquiao, Floyd won't throw as many. He'll place him. He won't be as busy all night long, but he'll be fast, and man, he's hard to hit too.
Well, we know Mayweather's next opponent's going to be the Clark County Detention Center, and considering that jail time, which is rapidly approaching, what do you think that will do for Floyd's mental state as he approaches this fight?
It will doesn't bother him one bit. I don't think so. I mean, Floyd lives in a little bit of a different world than most people. I mean, upside down is normal, and sometimes he lives with pressure. He lives with turmoil. He's shown that already. He's had problems, a lot of personal problems that could affect a lot of people inside their workplace. So far, it has not affected him. He's able to deal with that kind of chaos and that kind of personal problems and, as I said, upside downness that other people would be turned by. Doesn't seem to bother him. Going to jail, you know, the worst thing that's probably going to happen to Floyd is he's going to get writer's cramp, signing all those autographs. I mean, you got to remember, come on, let's be straight about this and real about it. He's going to a county jail. I don't want anyone to go to jail, but he's going to a county jail. He'll be put into protective custody at the beginning, then he'll be released into general population if they feel that's right, but it's not a state penitentiary. So Floyd's going to be fine. I don't think he's worried too much about it, and it's not really 90 days. He's going to wind up doing probably about 60 with time off for good behavior, and of course the work programs that you get involved in there take some time off. Floyd's going to be fine. I'm not so sure about Cotto, though.
You make it sound like he's heading to Club Med, not to jail. You mentioned the word chaos.
Med, but
Well, you mentioned the word chaos. Do you think now, after this fight, after Mayweather gets out of jail, that we'll finally see Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather? Is this fight going to happen?
when are you guys going to learn? No, when are you guys going to learn? Bob Arum's not going to let the fight happen. I don't care how much he hates me. I don't care how much he hates that I say the truth. But he's not going to let the fight happen, all right? He's the money guy. He's the guy that makes all the money. You know, if Pacquiao was really smart, he'd do what De La Hoya did, which was a really smart thing. He'd go and promote himself because he really doesn't need a promoter. He'd go promote himself, and instead of making 15, 20 million a fight, he'd make what Arum makes. He'd make 50 million, 60 million, because he would control the whole pie. Arum controls the whole pie. He's going to make money. If he puts a fight in there with Mayweather, he doesn't control the whole pie. He has to show things. He has to share the promotion. He's not going to share the promotion. He's not going to show things. Bad business for him. He's a smart guy. He graduated Harvard. He's a good businessman. He makes money. That's what he's going to continue doing. He'd rather keep Pacquiao in fights for $20, $25 million instead of having to pay him $60 million, maybe lose the goose that laid the golden eggs, and again, not control the whole promotion. That fight's not happening.
All right. Discouraging news from Teddy Atlas. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, not going to happen, according to Teddy. Floyd Mayweather, though, just one of 5 boxing fighters ever to win a world title in 5 different weight classes. Mayweather fights Miguel Cotto for a title at 154. He's already won a belt in that division. 5 years ago, he beat Oscar De La Hoya at 154. The fighter who has won a world title in the most divisions, the man we were just talking about, Manny Pacquiao, with a